Do you want to know how to create stunning architectural presentations? Then this is me, Sankash Narvekar, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tricks and tips on how do you create verbal and visual presentations which grab attention. Okay, so just stick on to this video and let's dive into this. So the first point over here that we have is that why do we even create architectural presentations? Why do we present our designs? Now if you look at it, the reason why we present our designs is to sell our designs, right? Because that is what you'll be doing. When you present your designs, you're actually selling your designs. And when it comes to selling, there is this statement which says that facts tell but stories sell. Okay, so that is our first point, that is to form stories. Because see, if you look into humans, no matter if it is a child or even if it is an elderly person, everyone is hardwired to listen to stories. Okay, everyone loves listening to stories, and stories give you a relationship between where a person or a design or anything was in its earlier stage and how it transformed into something different. Okay, so stories help you to give that relationship between how the transformation happened. So that is the reason you form stories. Okay, and there is a formula, a method that you can use to create stories for your architectural presentation, which I call the 3S method. And the 3S method states these 3 things. Okay, first you need to have a setup, then you need to have a struggle, and the third thing is that you need to have a solution. Okay, as simple as that. Now let me give you an example. Alright, now let's say that we are designing maybe a culinary institute. Okay, an institute which is where chefs learn how to become chefs. Okay, where students learn how to become chefs. And just look at it. Okay, so this is the site, and below the site we have a highway with a lot of cars going, and at the north we have a school, at the east we have a creek. Okay, and a lot of times there's a lot of dust that comes from the highway because there's a lot of pollution because of cars and because of construction sites. And now because of this dust, there is a problem, because in a culinary institute there are a lot of kitchens. And when you have kitchens, you obviously would be preparing food in those kitchens, right? Now if you have dust coming all around, going through your school, through your kitchens, it would be a problem for the hygiene. Now how do we solve that problem? It is by giving, what I've done is I've given a vertical wall, a green vertical garden, such that it filters out the dust particle from getting into the kitchen. And along with that, what I've added is, because there are gardens, there are also herbs. Okay, herbs which can be useful for chefs to add into their preparation process. Alright, now let's just deconstruct this. Okay, so first thing which I told you about is, I told you about the site where everything is, what is where the highway is there, there's the school, then there's this creek. So what I was doing is I was just making the setup. Okay, the entire setup, to give you a visualization of what the setup is. Then we moved into the struggle. Okay, that means we are getting a pollution from the road, right? So that is the struggle, and because of that pollution, the cooking process and the users of that design would be really very affected, right? And a major activity would be affected. That is a problem, that is a struggle. And after that we gave the solution, that is how are we solving that problem. So for every design you have your users, you have your design activities, whatever the activities you're going to be giving in your design. Every user activity, some or the other problem they might be facing, right? So you need to give the setup first, then the struggle, and then the solution. Okay, and this way when you actually sell your design through forming a story, it becomes easier for people to relate with you. Alright, so that is the first step, which is to form stories. Now let's move on to the second step over here, and that is to make rough layouts. Okay, now while you present all of these things, you might have a lot of ideas, but to actually express those ideas, you need to first create some rough layouts and to have a visualization of how those ideas are going to be expressed. Okay, and this is how you can do that. Okay, so there are these 2 steps. So try experimenting by using sketches. Okay, because see, whatever ideas you have, sketches are the most fastest way to put your ideas into a paper, right? Now you won't get that speed through a software, because while you apply those softwares, there'll be a lot of things going on in your mind. Okay, I need to draw a line, or how do I offset this, and how do I do that, how do I do this, what key to press. But while you're sketching, you don't have all those thoughts. You just have your hand, you have those ideas, and you can cleanly move your hand, right? So the fastest way is by sketching. Now, even if you're not good at sketching, we are not doing some masterpiece over here. Okay, what we are doing is we're just creating rough layouts to get a brief idea how we want to present everything. Okay, and you can look at this example over here. Yeah, so in this example you can see that what I've done is I've just roughly tried to figure out where should be my view, where do I need my sections, where do I need my axonometric views, such that the explanation, okay, forming stories, how are you forming stories, it should help you with your presentations. Okay, so depending upon that, you should arrange your presentation. Now just look at this on how the final output looks like. Okay, so this is how you can make rough layouts. So try experimenting and just experiment 2-3 layouts or multiple layouts and see what suits the best for you. Okay, so this is just an experimentation process, but make sure you try the rough layouts first. Okay, try to figure out what drawings you actually need, and then you reverse engineer the process of creating those drawings. Okay, try to make this thing first, because without this you'll just keep on completing all your drawings, keep on making a lot of drawings, and it might not even be necessary. Okay, so just figure out what is necessary, what you want to present first, and then you reverse engineer the process on what drawings you actually need. Alright, so that is the second step of you making the rough layouts to speeden up your process of working as well. Okay, then the third step that we have over here is to get inspired from the best examples. Okay, and an easy way to do this is, first you need to have a reference folder. Okay, make sure before starting any project or before starting any of your presentation of your sheets, you have a reference folder. Okay, and by reference folder, what I mean is you can just go to maybe Pinterest or Behance or Issuu for just looking onto some of the best sheets that you can get hold of. Okay, now see, because those sheets have attracted you, there might be a chance that they might even attract other people. Yeah, so just look at how that person has presented their sheets, maybe on Pinterest or Behance or anywhere, and try to present your drawings in a similar way. Okay, now I'm not saying you have to copy that. Okay, just get inspiration of what is the scale that they have used, how many drawings they've put into a sheet, and how they've actually designed the composition of the sheets. Just have a look at it and try to make your rough layouts from that. Okay, now even if you see right now, what we are doing is we are reverse engineering all the process. Each and every point that I'm telling you, it is related with the earlier point, right? So create a reference folder by going to the best sites. Okay, now if you want to have a look on what are the best sources that you can go for to get these inspirations, just look at this video which I've created, which is watch the top 10 sources of inspirations, okay, that you can get. So I've given a lot of ideas, 10 different sources that you can go for to get the best inspirations. Alright, so just watch this video and you'll be able to get your inspirations like really very quickly. Okay, and the final thing is you can also watch this another video which I've created on YouTube, and that is Architecture Illustration Mastermind. Okay, sorry, this is not a video, this is a blog which I've given. I've just put the link in the description. You can just go below and just click and watch how to actually present those sheets. Okay, now once you get the inspiration, what are the further steps on how you present them? Alright, so just watch this to get the best the best inspiration, and along with that I've given you like 40 different sources of inspiration in that blog. Okay, 40 different Instagram accounts that actually create beautiful presentations. So all you have to do is just go follow them and you'll get a lot of examples from that. Okay, so that is the third step. Now let's move on to the fourth step, and the fourth step is you need to upskill yourself. Now see, all of these things, going to reference images, creating a reference folder, then getting those inspirations, making those drawings, they won't make any sense unless you have the skills of actually creating them, right? So because see, ideas are worth in architecture only when you're able to present them, only when you're able to create the drawings. Otherwise it's just an idea that you have and you can't use that, right? Architecture is only about presenting your thoughts in the form of drawings, in the form of visuals, by communicating, and that is how you communicate your thoughts, right? So what do you need to upskill yourself with? So these are the 3 skill sets. First thing is drafting, then we have modeling and rendering, and presentation. Now you know what, only if you have this modeling skill perfected, you know, you can create endless amount of presentations by showing your one design in the form of different modules, okay, and different kinds of presentations. All right, so try to upskill yourself, because this is what holds you back. You know, human mind can get multiple ideas, you know, just by looking at maybe a reference image, you can get multiple ideas on how you can present that. But what holds you back, it is yourself, because you might not have the skills. So make sure you upskill yourself such that you don't hold yourself back and give it all out and go all the way around. Okay, so that is the 4th step, that you need to upskill yourself. And the final step of, you know, creating the best presentations is that, see, there is no thumb rule for presentation, okay, because architectural presentation is subjective, just like any other form of art. What is looking good for you might not look good for me, or what looks good for me might not, you know, be the best for you. So it is subjective, okay? It's just like, you know, not everyone can love one kind of music, okay? Not everyone can love one kind of a car, okay? Or you can't say that you only love one kind of a phone. No, we are humans and we love different kinds of designs, right? So architectural design is similar to that, and composing your sheets is also similar. It is subjective. All right, so these are the 2 points that I want to share with you. First of all, it is subjective. So whatever suits best for you, whatever you feel that, you know, this is looking good, you can go with that. Okay, and the second point that we have over here is the type of drawings is very important. Okay, now, you know, when you present, maybe if you're presenting a services sheet, okay, a services sheet, then you might not want to give every detail over there, you know, like details, like what I mean by details is colors and, you know, all those things. No, you would want to just highlight the services part, okay, and you might want to show it into a schematic drawing, okay, so where you highlight only the services part and everything else is just in a monochromatic mode, such that we are able to focus more on the services part of the sheet. Okay, if it is a services sheet. Now in case if you're doing maybe if you're making a view, or if you're making an architectural plan, then you might want to add colors, or you might not even want to add colors. You might want to keep it monochrome. Totally depends upon you. All right, but you know, all of these 5 steps, if you go through them properly, you might be able to get some best presentations, and forming stories would help you to, you know, get your verbal presentations to a next level. All right, so these are the 5 steps that I wanted to share with you to upscale, to upgrade your presentations to another level. And if you found this useful, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any other informative videos from me about architectural presentation and anything about architecture. All right, so it was great to have this video with you. Thank you, bye bye, and take care, and let's meet in the next video. Okay, bye bye.